Hey, good evening, KenLongTortoise Capital Nightly Strategy Podcast for December 19th, 2024. Market in a compound critical state these days. So let's take a look at sniper trade of the day. Here's one in AI that's just part of a continuation pattern. We're looking at yesterday's closing prices here. There was that minor recovery right at the end, and then today it gapped down. We get the OR 10. These are all 10-minute charts. Second 10-minute bar breaks down, so we get short. There's our standard risk in AI. It sells off harshly. When the RL10 flattens out, I take my exit just as it gets to the spine of the dragon. So on 1 unit of risk, we get about 1, 2, about 3R. It does not even get back to the PSAR. It just rolls over, and that becomes a COTA 2. So we re-enter the trade. Same standard risk. This thing gives us a fractional return. There's a SSC available here. There was a minor move back to the VWAP, but there wasn't enough really, in my view, to go for that. So we take about 3.5 R out of this one in the usual way, just routine. Looking at the 150-day frame, this is why I say we're in a compound critical state. Sorry, get my pen working here. Yeah, we're hovering right at or vicinity the 30-day low. There's no support underneath this at all until it comes all the way back to 570. So if that cracks, tomorrow could just be a miserable day to the downside. And if that breaks, you've only got one little bit of support left before it comes all the way back to the 150-day anchored VWAP, which is the long-term support level. So you can see just how painful those 2 days of selling have been. Take a little bit more of a close-up. You can see that today, the one redeeming quality of today was that it did not make a new low, that the low from yesterday held today, but that's not very persuasive, to be honest. And there's your 30-day low, just waiting to be collapsed. If that collapses, there's nothing in here acting as support, and nothing gets to 575. That's a 2% sell off, and that would happen very fast tomorrow. On a Friday, you got to wonder how many people want to hold this market over the weekend. So any kind of downward pressure tomorrow is a low risk short in our view. And you can see what today looked like on the 30-minute chart. Again, it was unimpressive, except for the fact that it stopped the bleeding, but it closed very poorly. So again, if that breaks, it's back to 575 and then down to 565 in a hurry. Conversely, there could be a tactical play back to the 3-day, 5-day, and 10-day anchored VWAPs and the Bollinger Band mean, but that is less likely in my view. We'll see. We'll be ready to follow price quickly tomorrow. We've got plenty of symbols now on dashboard 1, which are in the overreaction. Those are all buy on dips, and channeling, those are buy on dip opportunities. But you can see how quickly the weakness has crept in. We're back into bullish normal from bullish. Quiet. Lots to be concerned about here. Interestingly, the old reliables like Coke, Pfizer, and Walmart holding on while the energies are getting smashed. Brazil especially weak. Ooh. It was a nice trade yesterday too. In the holding X-day periods, you can see right now that on a 5-day basis and a 10-day basis, we're more than one standard deviation of weakness. So that's actually becoming a swing trade concern right now. Today was not much of a loss. It held the line, but the 5 and 10-day scores are very, very troublesome, very weak. Tesla is holding up pretty well on his 40-day, 20-day, 10-day, and 5-day Z scores. One of the few that's holding up. In the Dow dashboard, just about everything's on a 2-to-1 or better frame. Lots of 5DDs and triple screens to work with. You can see the broad weakness. I mean, we're hitting multiple stocks with 6-month lows being smashed today. Palantir was one of the few that showed any kind of strength. That's a helpful sign. In the ETFs, again, everything getting smashed today. Just about everything's on a 2-to-1 or better long term. So it's a buyer's market. But again, this is not a market I want to hold overnight. It's one I'm absolutely ready to trade short term tomorrow with a 2-day, essentially a 2-day washout. When you see the RSI 2 firing like that, that's really a 2-day washout. The auto framer shows you it's a buyer's market. Look at all the symbols that test out better than 2-to-1 with your mechanical framing data right there. On the squeezes, nothing was squeezed today. So the exaggerated daily ranges making it hard to find any squeeze candidates. The TC2000 sniper setups with the reward to risks better than 2-to-1 is everything above the red line. Those are especially tasty. Mostly in the winter now, and everything that's not in the winter is basically in the fall. That's the whole market rolling over. You can see that also, excuse me, reflected in the broad weakness in both the Dow and the ETFs on the multi-frame NDX. Boeing, surprisingly, one of the few things not getting murdered, and Palantir being the other one. Can see the expanding range stat numbers reflecting the increase in volatility lately. Pardon me. Marijuana, Palantir, Tesla, Nvidia, Devon, all the usual suspects are still up there making great trade opportunities. On our market mosaic, you can just see the magnitude of yesterday's selling, thanks to the Fed. And finally, that big sell-off brought us all the way down into below the river and testing weakness. Now, the last 2 times that it did that, there were nice rebounds. So this is not impossible. And the RL10 has gotten to an extreme condition of -2 sigma. So it would not be impossible to start seeing a little bottoming action there. But there's still a lot of value baked into the 30 and the 90, where I believe more people are looking to preserve capital than they are to put money to work. So that would be my concern there. And the last time that you had those things rolling over was this one, and that move in the RL30 corresponded to that kind of volatility, and you get this kind of sell-off. So it should be an exciting day tomorrow, and then looking to see what kind of low volume trading action we're going to get on Christmas week. So this is really a tense market, a fearful market, and one that's going to really favor short-term traders. I would not be taking new swing trades here. I would be exploiting the uncertainty and the volatility. All right, that's everything for today. We'll get this published and posted. You still got a couple weeks left to take advantage of the opportunity for the over-the-shoulder coaching program. That's starting to draw some attention, and you can always upgrade that to the 2025 coaching program for full-time coaching. Contact me if you have questions on that. Happy to help. Take good care and be safe if you're traveling this weekend. And we'll see you in the chat room tomorrow.